Broadway Bites is the one thing I freaking love about this neighborhood. Every year they do this thing, and I've got well, Broadway, 10 feet that way, 6th Avenue, right here, and they've got 40, 50 restaurants here with pop-ups. It goes on, I think, at least a month. It might be June and July, and they do it every year, and it's friggin' awesome. And, you know, I'm drinking in the middle of Midtown right now, which should almost be a requirement to be in Midtown. My point is, this is great neighborhood stuff. And the things I don't like about Midtown, there's probably a hell of a lot of people that love about Midtown. And what's going to interest buyers and the content that you should be, you know, focusing on to a great extent is not the, hey, I have a listing in this neighborhood, but an ongoing output of content that is related to the neighborhood all the time. And if you do that, that is the content that's going to make your sales pitch content. Hey, I've got a 5-bedroom, you know, 4.5 bath. That post will get seen because you put out a bunch of actually interesting information prior to that. The neighborhood itself, or the neighborhoods themselves, or even different luxury buildings you can use, and focus on what's around them. But do not focus on the property themselves. In general, I mean, that should be 20% of your content, 30% max. Inman News, you know, the article I quote a lot that came out early June 2017 was that their mix is 70-30. 30% selling shit, 70% giving people actual interesting information. The more color and the more depth you can create on your subject matter, if your subject matter is a set of luxury buildings, if your subject matter is a neighborhood or a set of neighborhoods in a metropolitan area, or if your subject matter is a small town USA. Anything you can do to show local flavor, people, what's going on in town, that's the stuff. You know, like I just, Raghu, Kieran, can I get you cheers over here? You know, this is a neighborhood. Thank you, cheers. Yeah, so that's a neighborhood. So you can sell people a house and they want to know the price per square foot, but the more information, the color, what goes on, what happens, events, seasonal, what schools are in town. I mean, you can talk about anything that happens in your community, and there's genuine value there. And I submit that if you start doing it now, and 2 years from now, you've got 500 posts where the next guy in town has, who the hell knows, probably not a hell of a lot because nobody does what I'm talking about, and 99% of you aren't going to do it. But to the motherfucker who does, 2 years from now, you're going to have a ton of search engine penetration, a ton of social media visibility that you're not going to need to maintain with a monthly Facebook budget. And that's what you're investing in. The person who sits down on a mic, or the person who starts making neighborhood videos and overwhelms the competition, because guess what? Everybody's going to be able to make good videos. I'm sitting in the middle of Midtown Manhattan with fire engines all around and police cars and just all sorts of mayhem, and this is a watchable video. 10 years ago, that would have cost you $5,000, or at least there'd be 4 people involved. So the fact is, the democratization of making good videos, meaning any schmuck can do it. You don't have to be a top dog to top dog. So it's now a quantity game. Everybody's videos are going to be hot. You better have 1,000 of them, and you better get to work. I submit that a video like this, without all the cursing, is perfectly watchable by a buyer. And they probably want to know what's going on in your neighborhood. Get somebody on your team who's got some chutzpah. Tell them to whip out their iPhone. Go buy a Blue Yeti microphone. It's a wonderful tool. The instructions are very short, and it's the only reason you can watch this video right now. But if you do those things that your competition isn't doing, I mean, that's a $150 investment. But it'll make your videos 10,000 times more watchable. I dare you to come here and record something on your phone right now and see what the quality of the audio and the video is. The quality of the audio and the video is not going to be as good on my phone, not even close. A couple quick tricks. Top of the list, audio. Audio is more important than the actual visuals. People have been watching dog shit videos on their iPhones for 10 years. The reason people abandon watching a video is audio. It is not the quality of the picture. And yeah, I'm all for your branding being tight, and I'm all for you having a glossy Fortune 500 look for your team or your brokerage or yourself. I've got a shitload of YouTube channels, but one in particular comes to mind where in fact it's all neighborhood stuff. It was a personal channel. It was me filming buddies playing guitar, interviewing local deli owners, and that stuff is gold. And on that channel where there's probably 500 videos, I'm pushing 500,000 views, and half of those 500,000 views are from, I believe, less than 10 of the 500 videos. So I submit to you that if you want a home run, if you want a viral video, if you want a video that kicks ass from a holy shit, people watched it, lots of them, thousands of them, guess what? I can't even give you the recipe. And very few can. But what I can tell you is this: if you throw down video after video after video after video, you will find success. You need to have a quantity of videos if you want to expect any of them to be viral. To my count, 100 videos is a good number because you can expect something to surprise you in a good way, and you can expect some stragglers off of that, and then you can expect a whole hell of a lot of shit to not light the world on fire. And it will continue to not light the world on fire until you follow it up with another 100 that have links back to the channel. Because it's really, over time, audience development. It's a long game you've got to be involved in. You have to invest and say, I believe in video, I believe in search engines, I believe in social media, I believe in owning my own content in the form of a video that sits here or a website that sits here so that I don't have to buy an ad on Zillow, or my stuff shows up for a local search term higher than Trulia does because I dropped 300 fucking videos. Because guess what? You drop 300 fucking videos, you're going to start to outperform Trulia in your small town USA. Believe me. And that is a thousands of dollar investment. That is not a tens of thousands of dollar investment. And hell of a lot of people are spending thousands and tens of thousands on Zillow and Trulia and so forth every month. So all I'm saying is this makes you a buyer instead of a renter from these third-party sites. And community stuff, local flavor, real life makes the best content. And it seems to me it's probably the easiest to keep going. It's probably the easiest content for you to actually manage an ongoing stream for the next couple of years because you live in a community. Just fucking talk about it.